What's up YouTube fragrance family and friends, Tommy with Studio Sense here with another video review. This new release comes from the house of DSquared that has brought you in the past fragrances like Wood for him, Wood for her, the new bottle style which is the DSquared Wood with the really nice magnetic cap and the round style brown bottle, and then most recently they released Green Wood for him in the same bottle style, and today we're going to be taking a look at two Wood for him and her. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction they take with this new release. So when we come back, we're going to take a closer look at DSquared's 2 Wood, their new unisex release, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're taking a closer look at the new DSquared release. Wood release, which is their unisex version of Wood for him. Now, Wood for him is an interesting fragrance. This one was a little bit more, if I recall correctly, and I will leave a link above here if you want to check out my first impressions. My first impressions of this were okay, but it was more on the side of kind of synthetic floral woody as opposed to just straight up wood, which is kind of what I was looking for. Something like kind of a combination of Bulgari's wood essence and Isimiaki's wood and wood. Without the sweetness. So I'm quite curious about their new release, 2 Wood, which is the unisex version of this. So before we do anything else, let's check out that presentation. So I've got to give DSquared marks for their packaging. They actually shipped this in 3 boxes. So there was a big outer box, and inside that box was this, and then this is magnetic. So you, so you open this up and there's another box inside this, and inside that box was the actual box. So actually that's what, 4 boxes. You've got the contrast of the black and red and white. So that's kind of a cool look for 2 Wood. So the white, of course, is indicative of the unisex. This is a completely non-gender specific fragrance. So that's interesting. And they wanted to go with the red and black, which is kind of a classic color combination. And they did that in the bottle style as well. Now, I've been a fan of this particular bottle style since they released the Wood for him, which I really like. It's just a cool look. And so the magnetic cap continues in the unisex version, which I really like. The juice itself is a light yellow color, and then you've got the red letter 2 going on top of the black wood in the background. And of course, on the very top of the lid is the Canadian leaf. What about this is going to be different than the For Him and then the Green Wood? What about 2 Wood is going to be different? We know that it's unisex, but I'll go over it in kind of the basic note breakdown that we typically do. 2 Wood by DSquared for women and men. It features top notes of lemon, citron, and pink pepper. Heart notes of cedar, Haitian vetiver, silver fir, and cypress. Resting on a base of amber and musk. So it definitely sounds like a 2021 release with that relatively simplistic note breakdown and scent profile. So let's go ahead and test out that juice, see what it smells like. Again, I'm more curious about the unisex version because the last 2 releases were okay, nothing supremely outstanding, but you would think a company that wants to really encompass what wood is all about, which wood can be a simple scent or it can be a complex one, would get a little bit closer to smelling like wood instead of a floral synthetic smell. Now this encompasses something called volcanoloid. It's basically a synthetic musk. Atomizer is excellent on these, so there's no complaint there. So there's something about this that I do like. It's a really understated fragrance. It's not really hard and heavy hitting. So straight out the gate, this fragrance is a little bit more demure than I would like to see, but there is something about it. There is a kind of a weight to it that reminds me of wood shop when I was in high school. I remember that smell of sawdust that was always kind of hanging in the air in wood shop when it was really busy. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. The first thing that you get is a nice kind of woody musk, a combination of lemon and citron, which is a nice combination with a woody fragrance. And of course it does kind of carry that floral combination. At least in fragrance, when you think of feminine fragrance, you automatically think of what? Floral, right? So while this has kind of a floral feel to it, it's got more of a heavier musk. Combination of that musk and lemon gives it somewhat of a floral feel, but it's not really flowery at all. So I do like that about this. It's also a very light fragrance. Now I don't have anything on, so I'm gonna try it on skin. This is one of those fragrances that you're gonna be able to heavily spray and not necessarily worry about, but it could be one of those where that musk kind of sneaks up on you. Okay, so now of course spraying it on skin is a lot better than on a strip because that citron and that lemon doesn't really get a chance to work. It needs a little bit of heat behind it. So this is gonna be one of those, what I term heat activated or heat oriented fragrances. So this actually may just be a really good summer fragrance, or at least need that heat of summer. You know how when you smell like lemon pledge? I've used lemon pledge on like pianos, on wood tables, wood coffee tables, and that's what this reminds me of because you get a combination of that lemon and then that wood together, and that's literally what this smells like. Now that's not a bad thing. Now, I'm not saying it smells like cleaner at all. It just reminds me of the combination of lemon and wood, which is obviously what you're gonna run into if you use lemony pledge. That's definitely going to be hard to get away from. A lot of people are going to compare this to lemon pledge because of that. Behind that though, there's a little bit of a heavier musk that's coming to the fore that is slightly animalic, but that's a good thing. This needs something a little bit more resinous, a little bit heavier, something with some weight to it, you know, almost like an oud wood. Silver fir is good, cypress is good, Virginian cedar, those are all good woods. None of those are really coming to the fore though. It's more like a lemony musk. So I don't know about this one. I've never had a problem with DSquared's presentation. I really like the round bottles, the magnetic lids, the look, the really thick glass on the bottom, and the very smooth lines. The presentation is always great. The problem that I have with their fragrances is they don't take a stand. They're just very light. 2 wood is gonna be a good layer fragrance. This is gonna be something that you wanna spray on and then maybe spray on Club de Nuit Intense Man, you know, over the top of it, something that's got some weight to it, something that has some definition, something that actually announces itself. When you wear a fragrance, you want somebody to smell you. You don't want somebody to have to put their nose to your skin before they actually sense something. This is, I'm not gonna call it a skin scent, but it's very light. And thinking in terms of like a band where you've got the lead man out front, everyone knows the lead man of their favorite band, but nobody knows who's singing the chorus. This is more like the chorus than it is the lead man. So it's not really a forefront fragrance, and yet you're paying the lead man price for this. So this is definitely not going to be something I'm going to recommend that you get at full retail. You're going to want to wait until it hits discounters, something of that nature. Now it does come in smaller formats. This particular fragrance comes in a 30, a 50 ml, and then a 100 ml size, which this is the 100 ml size. The reason that it's a light yellow is because of the citron and the lemon. It does have a little bit of floral in there. Mostly you get that musk with a little bit of animalic in the background that needs to actually be more to the forefront. So while I do like the fragrance, and I do agree they did a good job of making it unisex, it needs a little more oomph. It's a little bit too indeterminate for me. And if that's what they were going for, then they succeeded. But again, the price that you pay, you want your fragrance to have a little bit more of a voice. So if you're looking for shy, demure, and understated, and that's what you want, you're gonna find it in this. Well guys, that's a wrap on my unboxing and first impression of DSquared's 2 Wood, their new non-gender specific or unisex fragrance. It does have kind of a nice woody, lightly floral, musky background smell to it and vibe about it. So I'm not knocking it, I do like it. I just wish there were more of it, you know? Maybe if they do a 2 wood intense, that will be, you know, what we're actually looking for. But I just don't think it's right now worth the price of admission. So you might want to wait till it hits discounters. Thanks so much though for checking out today's video unboxing and my first impressions. I'm glad that you were able to take some time out, stop by and check out my channel today. As always, thank you so much for your support. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.